Hi, good morning, and welcome to today's vlog. This is a vlog which is a part of the Dashera Durga Puja hopping in Kharagpur. So I went with my family to Kharagpur for Durga Puja, which is something which I do every year. And this year we just did a lot of pandal hopping, and goes in this way. The first pandal which we hopped was called as the Rambabu Pandal in Kharagpur. This is a very famous and well-known pandal. It's been there for more than 10 plus years, and they have made this wonderful temple structure. And every year, every year they try to choose the Durga to be something in a very Indo-Western way. So you could see that the Durga is very distinctive in this particular color. We went across with my whole family, and you could also see the roof work and how exactly they kind of created this with a very modern twist. And it was really a very well placed pandal as well. I can show you the Durga, which is on my background. So once we kind of went there, we took some pictures. It was not very rush. It's 1 o'clock at midnight. That's when we started off. The streets of Kharagpur was lit with a lot of these wonderful lights, and then we went to this another pandal. This entire pandal was made up of you know these cane kind of baskets as well as cane material. The Durga is also very distinctive. You could see it's like having a three different montages. You would see Durga, you would see other gods as well. I could see a Hanuman there, and it's very different from a regular kind of Durga, and you could see it's very colorful as well. There were some very good lights which were being placed over there. So after this particular pandal hopping, we ensure that we take some air as well. So we're just going ahead to kind of take walk for a while we reach out to our vehicle. And from there we have went to another pandal. So this was a Hanuman Sanjeevani theme pandal, where you could see it has a lot of open air, and it's kind of a mountain around. So it has Hanuman lifting the Sanjeevani Parvat, and then there's Durgama inside. So it was full of green. They had all the green elements being placed. There were some real flowers and there were some real trees, whereas there are also some plastic trees. So it was blending completely. This is the way how Hanuman is lifting it. You can see a lot of people. Nobody will believe that it was late night at 2 o'clock. This is happening. These are some montages, and this is the goddess. The goddess also had a very distinctive view. Then we went to this particular pandal, which was a Swami Narayan temple replica, and this was again beautifully kind of crafted. They had the exact replica of the Swami Narayan temple in West Bengal, and you could see a lot of distinctives over there. The Durga is also very different because it was giving a very Rajasthani vibe when we kind of watched the Durga inside. Then we went to another pandal, which was an old Kolkata. So they tried to replicate how exactly nostalgic Kolkata looks like. There were like nostalgic buildings. There was a fresh tram which was being there. There was a rickshaw. There were some idols which were kind of left half soaked in water, which you usually see at any kind of a Hooghly Ghat. There was this Indo-European kind of structures which they have created with very dim as well as very beige colored background. And this was the Durga. The Durga was the most cutest Durga which I have ever seen. It also has a Boroline ad which is very funny. And then we have seen like a lot of people kind of coming. It has a very huge ground where we were able to see. My kid was playing with the tram. The tram was basically hollow, but still there was a lot of tram where people can kind of see and look. So that happened. And then I was telling about the entire mood of Kolkata was there in Kharagpur. Then we went to this particular pandal. This was again in Tal Bagicha, where we were kind of walking across. It was late night at I think 3 o'clock. This was basically Dubai city. This was at Prem Bazaar. There was a green garden in front, and then they tried to replicate the entire Dubai city on the background. It looks so beautiful. It exactly looks like as if we are walking into the Dubai city. Inside it was filled with gold It was giving us a very golden effect in itself. My kid was still waking. It's almost around 2:30, and we were trying to kind of stop people who are kind of coming in between the video. But yeah, that happened, and then we came to this particular pandal. It was again, Akshardham Mandir of Delhi. So this was again a replica of the same. The Durga looks so beautiful. Then we went to this particular pandal where there were a lot of plants which were installed, living plants. So it was talking about greenery and plants. So that was the first day. The next day we went to a pandal which was talking about gender violence, and especially trying to highlight kind of gender violence which happens on women on a very regular basis. This was a very haunting kind of pandal. But Durga Puja is a social commentary on how exactly the world basically sees a woman, and because it's also a women's festival, it kind of adds up more layers to being very political and very socially informative. So this pandal had very graphical pictures of how women are subjected to multiple kinds of gender violence, and we were able to kind of walk, and Raji were part of. There are also this pictures of how Ma Durga is saving or fighting for gender equality, and any kind of atrocities towards women. So it was very graphical in its own nature. There were some tiny dolls which were present. So after this, we went back home on TikTok from Kharagpur. The next day was the Dashami, and we were invited for like Raji and my sister was invited for Sindoor Khela in our nearby Pala club. So we all went together. This was something which I always wanted to kind of witness and also be a part of. Having said that, Sindoor Khela is a very interesting placement. So both my sister and my partner wore this lalpa sada shadi, and we went to the Sindoor Khela. There were a lot of aunties who are around our where a lot of them have seen me grow into this from a young kid to this adult. And when they saw my partner, both of my partner as well as my sister are Telugu, they were very surprised to kind of see that some other cultures are kind of participating in Sindoor Khela as well. My partner was super excited. So is my child. He was kind of going ahead and playing around with everybody. Ma Durga was also somebody who was kind of glowing the whole Dashami. So it was a very great experience for all of us to have and be take a part of Sindoor Khela at the Yuva Sangh Club in Kharagpur. And we have seen a lot of wonderful spaces like this. So it took a lot of time. My kid was playing around with drums and dhaak, like this, and this was very constant happening across. He had a very good time spending. My partner went and did the. This is my sister who basically kind of climbed up and did the apply the sindoor onto the goddess Durga. There were two beetle leaves which she kind of puts across and then throws it, and then does the puja or giving the send off. So it's a very emotional kind of day for a lot of Bengalis, especially a lot of women as well, because the daughter, that is Ma Durga, is kind of going back to her home, and this is a very emotional bid which they kind of go ahead and pay their homages to. So this was the Sindoor Khela, and this went on this way. My partner also went ahead and participated in the Sindoor Khela as well. There was a lot of line which was happening, but they were able to kind of make it. And she was doing it for the first time as a Telugu person. And it was really a very exciting space for me to kind of capture. I was basically the one who was taking all the videos and pictures. So after the Khela was done, all the women try to kind of play with sindoor, which is basically applied to the forehead as well as cheeks. So my partner did that with my sister and also with my mom. So they all kind of mutually applied sindoor to each other, and this was how they kind of celebrated the Vijayadashmi or Shubha Vijaya on that particular day. And then all the women started dancing as well, trying to send off Durga in a more happier manner. So they kind of hug each other, they kind of share love to each other, and believe in the idea of sisterhood, and believe in the idea that the mother will kind of come again. So this was another, this was my partner basically putting some sindoor to my mom, and vice versa. And then they all started dancing. So this was a very wonderful moment for all of them to kind of go ahead and cherish. It was really felt great participating in this and watching this as my family also kind of blend in, because we have grown up in Kharagpur for so long. Somewhere or the other way we also feel that we are half Bengali. Having said that, this was a moment where we were able to kind of go ahead and experience it in a far more direct way, and very nearer to the culture. So I think that was something which is definitely a very good homecoming.
na de re re na re na re
So that was the video of our trip to West Bengal and Kharagpur. I hope you liked it. If you like, please go on and subscribe and connect to my channel. I will be sharing some more such wonderful vlogs with all of you. Thank you so much.